Hi, my name's Matt Toronto. I'm an assistant professor of theater at Penn State University, and I wrote, directed, and produced The Pact, a new film that's going to have its state college premiere this coming spring semester. The Pact is about two brothers who make a pact. They've just been dumped by their respective girls, and they're sick of them. So they decide to make a pact, no women for a year. And then the pact sort of starts to take this sort of magical hold over their lives, where the one brother who decides, okay, I'm going to live the pact full on, and as he does that, he becomes irresistible to the women, and they just start throwing themselves at him. And then the other brother's like, I can't do it, I can't live the pact, and so he starts trying to score with anybody he can find, and the harder he tries, the harder he gets rejected. The way the pact came about is I was in a car ride coming home from Thanksgiving with my wife, and I was talking to her and I was like, I want to make a movie with my brother. And so we ultimately landed on this idea for The Pact because it's based on a pact that my brother and I made after we had just been dumped by our girlfriends. This was like, we were both 20 and 22 or something like that. So we made this pact, no women for a year. And then of course about 3 weeks later, my now wife of 13 years convinced me to break the pact. Anyway, that was sort of the idea for how the story came about.
Hi, I'm Kira Lace Hawkins.
My name is Renee Credell.
I'm a third year in the MFA acting program.
I teach theater design here and property design and construction.
I played Joanne in The Pact.
And for The Pact, I was the production designer.
Matt asked me to be a part of a reading of the script, so we all sat around the table and kind of gave him an idea of what the script sounded like. He asked me to put what I was doing on tape, and he sent it to his brother Aaron, and they ended up casting me from that. Joanne is a lovely girl. She has like the emotional age of a 13-year-old, but she's a working woman, so she's just immature. She's in love with Grant, so I think she's just crazy and quirky, and she was really fun to play.
Matt basically was just deciding he was going to do a movie, and then he remembered that I had worked in the film industry, and he called me one afternoon and said, we're going to be shooting in so many weeks, can you hop on a plane and do this? And I said yes. When you have very little money and you're doing things very quickly without a lot of resources, it's fun because you have to think creatively about things. I had to just find things on the street, I had to reuse things. Yeah, extremely small budget for a feature film.
I've been awake a while, just waiting for.
I think Penn State students should see The Pact because it's local art.
It's inspiring because I think you can see it's a professor here.
One of your professors wrote this movie and produced it and made it happen.
It should prove to students that everything's possible if you're really passionate about it and you keep at it, it'll happen. You
can say, oh, this movie was made by Penn State people, and I'm a Penn State person, and hopefully that's also a reason to see it.
I also think that it's just a storyline that we can all relate to in this, adult age. You're always going to have the crazy who wants you and be in love with the wrong girl until you figure out who the right one is. So it's just a fun movie to see, and you'll leave smiling.
Make the pact.
Make the pact. Make the pact. Ready? Okay.
Make the pact.
If you don't freaking make this pact, I'm gonna
make the pact.
Make the pact. That's Joanne.
Make the pact.